It's those ridiculously tall people. Sylvester, why don't you grab your center grip on one of the wiffle ball bats? Over here is about the angle I want to work on. All right, we're going to touch base on the moulinette today. Moulinette is French for little circles, as I understand it. No, the whole point of a moulinette, you're coming in from an angle that your opponent doesn't expect. It can throw with an obscene amount of force and an obscene amount of speed when you do it right. I first learned how to throw a moulinette because in my early days, it was all about speed. I would, I could tell you, look, when you see my sword go, I'm going to hit you in the head, and I would do that. But I would pose when I hit because it's like, man, that was so pretty. And if they managed to block it, they would rip my arm off, rip my head off, whatever they wanted to do. So my knight said, look, what I want you to do is when you throw that shot, just roll it back into a guard like this, and then you can put it back. Throw my snap and roll it back into guard into position. But no, I can throw this, I can roll it here, and now there's a whole bunch of shots I can throw from here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to lock my wrist, lock my forearm, and I'm going to drive my elbow into the groin as hard as I can this way. All the force and the speed come from that. Now, what you want to do is get as far as you can this way. If I do a lazy moulinette here and keep my wrist way over here, even assuming I can make the block, whether I'm blocking or not, this is easy to block. What I want to do, I want to block it out here. My arm is way out here, then I turn it over. Or I want to take it the next step, I want to block it here and then drive it in. The further you get, the more difficult it is to block. Ideally speaking, when your opponent has their hand this far out of center, you have to treat your opponent as if they're standing here. Because these are the angles my shots are coming from. Yeah. As if I'm standing here. It's the same thing. You can see I can hit Sylvester here if I want to. I can hit Sylvester here if I want to. And clearly those shots I'm not getting if my arm is on this shoulder. What you have to get out of the habit of doing, though, and this has kind of been my failing of late, I've been fighting by rote. When I get in this stance, I throw the same shot every time. I make this block with the buckler, and I throw the same shot every time. What I need to do, and this is one of the reasons I wanted to go over this, I make that shot, now I'm throwing this. I make the shot, now I'm throwing this. Forcing you into different things. I make the shot, I can even throw this. I get out of the habit. Everybody, you guys all have learned when Tim makes this block, you know that I'm coming right here down the center pipe. So I've got you trained now. So next time, so when you do this again, the whole thing is to get that elbow. That's where the force. Hold your shield out. The shield. Okay. Elbow. This is a wiffle ball back. That would have been good, would it not? Wiffle ball. That's where the whole force comes from. Now, say you're not 100% certain you hit good. If I get this in here, I'm just not worried about the block. I've got a nice second chance shot. Obviously be gentle because you're hitting them in, spots you don't want to hit. But, I can hit them in the face grill the same way. Or I can turn it over like this. So it's a very, very straightforward shot. What I want you to do is throw a snap, all right, and then rotate it into a moulinette. Rotate it, and now drop it. Yes. Now do the same motion. Rotate it and step past as you throw. Right. Now I want you to, instead of stepping past, I want you to step in and hit me body leg. Your favorite shot. Yes. You're offhanded. So we'll come back to an offhanded moulinette first in a minute. Come on. Alright, throw a snap at my head. Now, rotate it back about this hand. Now lock your wrist, exactly. Now I want you to do the same thing, step past, hit me in the armpit. Rotate, no, you keep the tip the same. Yep, step past and, yes. Step past and hit me in the body. Rotate, yep, bam, perfect. Grab it back. Get in line.
Actually, probably.
Snap. Okay, rotate it in place, tip the same.
Yeah, come on.
Snap.
Just learn the right hand.
Yeah. That way.
Okay.
You sure you can.
Snap. Yep. The closer you can keep that tip to stationary. When I rotate it around, rotate. Yeah. Yep. Now step deep and hit me in the body of the leg. Rotate it. Step as you step past. Right, and you want that tip to land just as the foot clears. This is when I want that tip to land. As the foot lands to get the impact. Yep. The rotate was off. I mean, that's a perfectly valid shot, but it's not as clean. And when you rotate it out this way, it takes a whole lot longer.
Okay.
The Molinett's advantage is just speed. Right. I mean, you can see how ridiculously fast that is.
That's one I had to work on that one.
So I mean, you can, rather than having to do the snap, just start with a sword side block, with a shield block.
Right.
This hanging guard. That's the word I'm looking for. Right. Now step past and throw. Right.
Okay.
Same. And exactly. No matter, hell, hit me in the shield arm.
Okay.
Isn't that sweet?
Oh yes.
Okay. Start with a hanging guard. Right. Now, drive the elbow into your groin and throw. Send it right down. Yes. Now I want you to step this way. Try and hit me in the right side. Right. This is what I'm looking for. I'm blocking. Step past. Yes. Yep. You can see how much force you get with that with a wiffle ball bat.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. One more. Excellent. All right. Now a left-handed moulinette is a thing. Now I think I've even gotten you a few times with this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to set up the same way. If he throws a snap at me, how do we want to rotate this? Stand over here so we're in front of the camera. Move the angle right. What happens is I'm going to essentially make the block the other way. So if you throw a snap at me, I'm now in a moulinette position the same way because I'm going to lock my wrist. A lot of times I'm doing this a lot of late against lefties. I'm going to essentially roll from here. As soon as you throw at my head on this side, I'm rolling into a moulinette, and whether I bring it this way or same thing, bringing it here. But it's still a moulinette. I'm essentially blocking like this and then driving. So I'm going to throw it that way, and you're essentially going to drop it off the shoulder, make the block right into my chest. Ready? You got to make the block. Blocking first.
Yeah.
Drop it down to make the block. I'm literally like.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yes. And then right as soon as you feel that impact, then right, because again we're back to determining shots. Watch. The shot I just threw is a wrap. Where am I going from here? I've got nowhere that's a one beat shot. I have a really, really weak leg shot I can kind of do like this and hit with no force. So anything I throw from here is going to regroup first. As such, you have a totally free shot. And that's the quickest one you can make, especially your shield is in the way of my shield. So once you make that moulinette block, stick that edge out just a little bit to keep, stick your shield edge out to keep me from cutting this angle. And then you can come right inside the shield, right into my chest. Ready? Yep, exactly. Ready? Bam. You do two sword. Here. Grab it. Yep, see how sweet that is?
Mm-hmm.
You stick the other weapon out, or stick the shield out. Yep, you stick that shield out and pressing is fine. But if you can essentially sneak your edge inside.
Okay. Oh, okay.
So I can't come across and make the block. So, because you've already got my sword out of the way. My sword is outside of your weapon.
Right.
And you just drop it right in exactly.
Grace, may I show another weapon moulinette?
Of course.
So you're fighting against right-handed opponent. One that I like to do, and you can do it either as a two-sword fighter or as a sword and board fighter, is when you have your sword up in an A-frame, and they go for the offside over here. Drop into the moulinette position, and now you do a moulinette wrap.
Okay.
It's literally about the most natural motion your body can do.
Okay.
Because all you're doing is coming from here and just letting your arm fall. And all you do is block, step in, and you're gonna be right past their defense a lot of the time. So I throw, I block here, and then I step in and drop. And I'll be right-handed. We went to the wrong side. It's over. You gotta drop them all in.
Okay. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Right.
There you go. Right.
Yeah. Okay. Try that one more time.
Right. Exactly. And if you want, so that was the flat snap version.
Right.
That's fine.
Yeah.
Or you can turn it over and do the wrap.
Mhm.
Either way is fine. It just depends on where they're open.
Right. Awesome.
Alrighty. Go ahead and